Good morning and welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. We are in the kitchen with Petra Vigil, and she comes from the German town of Cleating, and she is here with her husband Joseph, and we're talking about German holiday traditions. Welcome to the show, Petra. How are you this morning?
Doing great.
Good.
Thank you.
Well, I ran into Petra over the summer at a local meeting of some businesses, and I was just like, I have to bring you on.
And I'm really glad about it. I'm really thrilled to be up here today.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I'm pretty sure you brought your whole kitchen with you. Is
part of it.
This is only part of it? Wow. Well, because this is only the first part of what we're going to be sharing with you. She brought an awesome spread of some yummy holiday goodies. We're going to be sharing one with you right now. But first off, tell me a little bit about where you come from and how this love for baking developed for you.
Well, I came over, I was born in Germany.
Yes.
And my mom, my whole family always baked a lot. They loved the baking. My aunts, I would go to their houses and see what they were doing. My mom would teach me a lot of the baking skills I have now. She would just do all kinds of different things, got me really into it. I've watched her really closely so I would know how to do it. And then when I was 18 years old, I bought my first baking book. I still use that book, matter of fact.
You do?
I do. Huh. It's basically falling apart.
But it's still good. You can still read it.
It's the original recipes, and that's one of the biggest
things. We're just
things.
looking at your town here.
That's my little
right
town.
Now.
It's a really small place. I think they have a number, 265 people live there.
So everyone knows everyone.
Pretty much. And they know that I'm here in the United States. I've been here now for 24 years.
Wow.
And for many years, I have 4 kids, of course, so for many years I was baking for the family and for friends. And then a year and a half ago, I decided it's time to do it for myself as a business. Wow. And I started to go to some local farmers markets. And I'm up here at the Park City Sunday Market. I was there last season. I will be there next season too. I do Wheeler Farm down in Murray. I do all kinds of different places.
You're all over.
Oh yeah.
Which you should, because I mean, you can smell this stuff from like a mile away. When she started setting this up, Joe and I were like, what is that? And Joe's had like, how many things has he tried? Like 20 now?
Oh, he tried all the cookies. I've seen him walking around sneaking some cookies from me.
Yeah, I waited so that I could have my first taste on air.
That's okay.
Joe's been there,
I
done
brought
that.
plenty.
I know, she
everybody
did.
in this place.
Which is pretty great. Thank you for that. We do appreciate it. Well, tell me what we're going to be making here this morning.
Okay, today we make one of my favorite recipes, and it's called the bee sting.
Why is it called the bee sting?
Well, because the topping of it, which is sliced almonds, with the ingredients, yes, right over here, with the ingredients, it gives it like a, with what I put in there, gives it like a honey taste, a honey glaze to it.
Okay.
And that's why they call it the bee sting. It's a very traditional one. Different areas in Germany do it a little bit different, you know, a little different recipes, but this is the one I've grown up with. Wonderful. My mom taught me this, and I just love this recipe.
Oh,
Matter of fact, I'll be honest with you, I had a cup of coffee this morning and a piece of my bee sting.
Why not? You brought enough. You certainly can. Well, what's the first step to making this traditional recipe?
I brought some of the ingredients, some of the other things I'm going to explain as we go.
All right.
But this is just an empty bowl, of course. I put some flour in, 4 cups of flour. Let's put that over here for now.
Okay.
And then I'll just put a pinch of yeast in it, just a little bit. And the reason why I show this is because I tell people, when you make this, the flour, the yeast comes right afterwards. You got to mix it up first, because the mixing is very important. If you put all the other ingredients in, the dough won't be the way you want it. So you mix this.
She knows. I'll take her word for it that you've done this before.
Thank you.
Very good.
Anyway,
what's next?
Then you put a couple of cups of flour in it, and then a cup of milk. Yeah. The flour we did, the sugar, the milk, and the milk you actually warm up a little bit. It has to be warm. Matter of fact, you melt the butter.
All that in here?
Basically.
Okay.
1.5 cup in there to the 3 eggs, so a little bit of salt, a little bit of vanilla extract will all go in there.
And that's your crust?
That's the crust.
Okay.
And then we mix that all together really good. And then we're going to set it aside, actually, and we're going to let it sit there for a while. You cover it either with a towel, if you want to, or just put some aluminum foil over it. Let it sit so the dough can rise, because with the yeast inside of it, and with the warm milk and everything else, the dough will expand. It's going to rise some more. So you let it sit. I usually let it sit for 45 minutes to an hour.
Is that what this point is at?
Yep. And then we get to this. And that's when I get the...
That's where we get to the fun part.
Yeah, really. And as you can see, I already prepared it. This is the dough itself now.
Very good.
Spread it out, get it all nicely and even, I hope.
Yes, that looks good to me. I like it.
And then, of course, we've got this.
And then this is your yummy almond
This
topping.
will be the
you've got.
topping, yes.
What's in here?
It's 4 cups of sliced almonds. It's a little bit of vanilla extract. It's a half a cup to a cup of sugar, all depends. Some people like it more sweet. And then
kind of
there
to
is,
taste.
yes, it's a little bit of butter, and there's a little bit of milk again inside of that one. And then you mix it up, and also you want to let it sit again for just a little while, which I did. I got all this ready before I came over this morning.
She has done so much work this morning. I am so happy about this. It
And then,
smells
of
yummy.
course, you should spread this.
And layer it on there.
And layer it on.
How thick is that part supposed to be?
Oh, it's pretty thick, you can see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like thick toppings. This is good.
And as my customers can tell you, I give them a lot.
While you're layering that on, tell me about some of the services that you offer. I mean, because you can get this stuff every day if you want.
Yes, you can. You can get it up here in Park City at the market store. I have some baskets there, which after the secret today, I will go over there and I will fill up my baskets again and do a little bit of sampling. Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Every few days I come up here and I refill the basket, so everything is nice and fresh. You can order. I have a website. We're on Facebook. On the website there's an ordering sheet. I've got a list with all the different cakes and breads I make, so people can order if they want.
Can you guess how many different types of items you have? I mean, does it change all the time, or is it pretty consistent?
It changes seasonal. Like right now, I put a lot of cookies on my list on the website because it's the cookie time, and I couldn't even put all of them on there.
Oh, it's always cookie time for me.
Well,
not just there.
That's the truth. I agree with you.
But seasonally speaking, a little bit more during this
a little
time.
bit more. And then, of course, this is the season where, like, the Marzipanstollen, the German fruitcakes. It's the Butterstollen and the Marzipan.
Okay.
And that's a very unique one too, and people love that one. And I started to make it just a couple of weeks ago, and people are really excited about that.
That's wonderful. So after we put the topping on, what's next?
Yes. Well, let's see. We pretty much got it all the way we want it. Yes. Now, other services I do is I do gift baskets, the holiday baskets.
And I was thinking, I mean, what a great homemade gift for either like a teacher gift or a host gift, or if you're catering a party at work or something like that.
I do those too.
That's a great idea, and very unique, I think, too.
Yes, matter of fact, where you say parties, I have a girl, she's pregnant right now, but she wants for her baby shower, she wants me the bee sting. Because she's addicted to the bee sting. She's on a weekly basis, she needs to have a piece, one way or the other.
That's a pretty good a reference to back you up there. If a woman's pregnant and loves it, I think you're good. So there you go.
Now, you bake this for an hour at 375 degrees.
Okay. 1 whole hour.
1 whole hour.
Okay.
Yes. And then this is the way it will look when it's done.
All right.
Really nice and brown. You don't want it too dark because of the almonds. You know, you don't want them to burn.
Yes.
You got to be careful. Then you cut it, and this is usually the size I have when I sell it. And it's very simple. I just pick this up. And then I have my filling.
Can I fill it?
Oh, yes.
Okay. How much filling do I put in?
Just put a couple of spoons in.
And what's in your filling?
And that's where I'm getting to now. Let's see.
Okay.
I usually make some vanilla pudding. Yeah, that's enough.
Should I put more? Okay.
That's enough.
Okay. I'm like loaded it on there. She's like, oh, you're good. You better
She's
stop.
the one who's going to eat this,
This
so
is
she's
true.
excited.
So I want to get in on this.
Now, what's in there is, and I brought a couple of packages.
Yeah.
The vanilla pudding first.
This.
Yeah, the whipped cream. The vanilla pudding, cook and serve. It's pretty easy.
Make sure it's the cook and serve.
Yes, not the instant. Cook and serve. It's very important. After you got the pudding done, let it cool off. It has to be completely cold. Then you make the whipped cream ready, and in the whipped cream, I usually put a little bit of powdered sugar and some vanilla extract, and mix it up. And I'll put it in the fridge too. Let it sit there for a little while so it's nice and cold. And then after a while, I will mix these two together.
All right.
And then let them sit in the fridge again for another hour or two. All depends. And then you use it.
Can I take a bite now?
Oh, please.
All right, well, I am taking a bite. Remind folks of where we can find you online.
Okay, it's at www.petrasbackstubchen.com.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I've got a lot of pictures on there so people can see the different cakes and cookies and breads I make. There's a few pictures from us in there. I think there's some of from our vacation. We just came back from Germany not too long ago. We went on vacation over there.
Wonderful.
So we had a lot of fun there too. And
This is so good. I can't even talk now. So
tell you, there's some people addicted to it.
it makes perfect sense to me. Well, we're going to go to a commercial break. When we get back, we're going to be over at our big display table. You brought us some yummy desserts and treats.
Sounds
we're going to talk about some of your traditions as well.
Yes.
With you and your husband. And I'm going to finish this bite. That's after this commercial break. We'll be right back here with Petra Vigil. Don't go away. Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. We decided we'd pull in the men here to eat some treats with us. How about that, Petra?
Sounds like a good idea.
Well, once again, this is Petra, and this is her husband, Joseph. And they are with Petra's Baking Store. So welcome, the two of you. We had the first half, if you didn't catch it earlier, we were making some of this. It was the bee sting. Delicious. And now we're going to talk about some more of these German holiday traditions and a little bit of what we've got here on our spread. So this is quite the spread. I'm really looking forward to this. So to begin with, Joseph, you guys started this company with really no idea of how much it would grow, right?
That's true. I retired and my wife decided she wanted to do some baking, and she says this was her dream. So I says, well, we can try it, and we'll either fail or we'll start, we'll do okay. And it's been an exciting trip for the last year and a half.
That's amazing. I'm sure it's really exciting for Joseph because he gets to taste test everything, right?
It's a hard job, but somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it.
I think she's in truth, I think you're married to Tanta Kringle. I just don't think you realize.
I think Joe knows, though. He was pretty sure when she walked in that's who she was. Well, let's get started on this great spread you've got here. Like I said, this is the bee sting.
Yes, then I brought some German chocolate cake.
Okay.
With some chocolate glazing on it, and it's homemade, of course.
So I'll pass you some down. I will. Come on, I should have stuck you. Well, you've got some for you too.
Cake, are you kidding me?
Oops, I'm just going to touch it.
There
we go.
And that's my pumpkin bread, and my pumpkin bread has butterscotch and lemon pudding inside of it.
Okay.
It gives it a real unique taste too.
Okay.
I also have my cherry strudel over here with tart cherries.
Pork Joe.
My husband goes all the way to Payson just to get my cherries because they're really
You go
hard to
all the
find.
way to Payson to get your cake for that?
Yes,
That's
tart
amazing.
cherries.
How do you make strudel?
Well, I have
That's a big question. That's a very loaded question.
That's a long
Is that
one.
secret?
It's a special. No, it's a little bit.
Kind of.
But it takes a lot of work to make the dough and everything. But then the filling itself, it's like the tart cherries.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of sugar. It's almonds, and it's a little bit of breadcrumbs and almond extract, and you mix it all together.
Oh, so where does this? What is it with German strudel? Like, why is that so big in Germany? It's always about the strudel.
I know, and it always has been like that.
So
People
ever
just
since you
love
could
it.
remember, this is just how it is.
That's one of the main things. People just
Joe,
love
load
it.
me up. I need some of that. Why are you eating that without giving me any? Come on.
There you go, Phil.
Well, you love
Thank you.
The end cuts are the best.
Joseph, what do you want? What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Well,
It's hard to choose.
The apple strudel is really my favorite, kind of. But at this time of year, it's always the Stollen. She makes a marzipan Stollen and a butter Stollen, and I just can't stay away from those. Those are the best.
Well, luckily you don't have to, because she's always making it.
So every time she makes some of these, I tell her, you make sure you make me one.
And
Always got an extra one
just
for him.
one whole one for you. Okay.
Right.
Stollen. What is that in German?
Marzipan Stollen. Stollen means like a German fruit cake, basically. That's really what it is.
Right.
And it has a lot of different kinds of raisins in it, and then like a fruit cake mix, and I always get the fresh ingredients. And then the marzipan itself, it's like an almond paste, and I mix it in with everything else I put in the dough. I use some of it is sour cream, flour, certain things. It has 4 extracts in it. It has rum, almond, lemon,
Rum.
and vanilla.
He's like getting giddy over there.
Extract.
Don't make no mistake with this one and the regular fruit cake you get in the United States. 'cause
Nothing like
is
that.
No,
nothing.
nothing.
Oh, okay. I'm going to
Nothing.
have some then.
You know,
Yeah, we should show a little close-up of it, Joe.
I know.
Of how different it is.
I also brought some
See
of
little
my.
bits of fruit.
Yeah,
Okay,
there you
load
go.
it up.
Yes. I also brought some of my homemade pretzels, soft
Homemade
pretzels.
pretzels.
Yes,
Okay.
I make those too.
Wow.
All right, I'll take one of these. Don't mind me. Load up
Go
on
ahead, you're
Just help
fine.
yourself.
And then what I also brought today is one of my traditional plates. This
Yes,
is like
this is
a
so neat.
traditional plate.
Yeah, I know.
I used to get when my mom used to give us, our gifts for Christmas. We wouldn't get a stocking, we would get it on a tray. The special
Hey,
tray.
I think that's a big upgrade from a stocking. Just saying, Joe. Would you prefer that over a stocking?
So far today, yes.
Yes, yes.
By the
Joe's
way,
already tried everything on there.
I know.
Yes, I have.
It's been bad.
It's all right. Santa Claus won't hold it against him.
No, we understand.
Santa Kringle's trying to get me ready for
This is true. This is true. Well, what are some of the things we've got on here?
It's usually an apple and an orange in it, and a variety of little nuts, walnut,
What are these?
hazelnut. And now we get to the cookies.
Oh,
I
boy.
brought 5 different kinds of cookies. I don't know if you made it
I
to
didn't
all
try
of them.
those.
Did you
But
make
you've
all
been
of them?
working at a lot of them
No,
already.
I stuck in the sugar cookies.
Look at that.
That's my Linzer cookie. It's a very traditional one. Linzer cookie. Has red raspberry jam inside of it.
Oh.
Then I have my butter cookies with different little forms.
And the butter cookies are these, what you
Like
think
the
of as a sugar
Christmas,
cookie,
yeah.
kind of, right? Okay.
Yeah,
But you call them butter
sugar
cookies?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
More like a butter taste than a sugar
That's
taste,
right.
actually. And the glazure's the same way. More
You guys
like
did that?
butter.
I want to get a close-up of this little star cookie
That's
here.
kind of my favorite thing about all German baking is that it's not like you're not just eating tons
Yeah.
of sugar. It's
Not that sweet.
yeah, you get a lot more of a taste of the actual food as
Yes.
opposed to just eating a lot of sugar.
Oh, that's
Right.
amazing.
I agree with you. I also brought my almond crumb top cookies
This?
with a
Okay.
maraschino cherry on top.
Oh, that
And then-
looks good.
Yes, and a hint of cinnamon in it too.
Ooh,
I got
cinnamon.
my lemon stars, which they are really my year-round cookie. I can't believe how many people love those lemon stars.
Wait.
Through
Oh,
the
I
summer,
bet.
through the winter.
Which one's the
Lemon
lemon
stars.
stout?
Star right there.
Oh.
And it's mostly because
all about lemon.
the lemon is in the,
Joe
the
loves
lemon
the lemon.
extract is in the cookie, but
I've already had
also
one.
in the
Okay,
glaze.
I'm done
They're
with
really
this.
good, ain't they?
Yeah, all of this, I gotta
Oh my
say,
God.
the only thing you gotta have that we don't have with it is some coffee. Oh,
I know. And I've had that
Petra, why didn't you bring any coffee?
German coffee.
next time.
No,
The next
I'm
time
just
I'm
kidding.
Oh, we drink some.
Joe's just kind of needy. He's already tried everything. He's good, so that's all it is. All right. Well, you guys, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. We should appreciate being
Yeah,
here.
absolutely.
We're doing a lot of different holiday markets this year.
Yeah, remind
too.
us where you're at.
Well, we're going to be in St. Mary's the end of the month. We're going to be at a holiday, at the town hall for a couple of days in the holiday bazaar. That's Wasatch Front Farmers
Oh,
Markets
boy.
run that one. St. Mary's, of course, is here in Park City. We're really excited. St. Thomas More. We do St. John's. We're doing
The one on the hill.
yes, that's the,
The
big
chateau.
one.
The
We're
chateau.
going to do the big one
We're
this
doing
year
that
too.
this year.
And they added an extra few hours on Friday night, so
Oh,
it's
boy.
going to be a long one. That was the most fun we had last year, that
I
market.
bet.
The girls are great. The girls who run the summer markets, the Park City Sunday
Sunday,
markets.
Did you get that?
Matter of
I'll
fact,
try that.
Did you try
we
that
do
one?
those markets too during the year. We're doing the summer markets, and we were going to be there. Let's see, where else? We're going to be Trolley Square.
Square.
And then, of course, you can buy our baking goods here in the Park City at the market store.
Very
We have
good.
some,
Oh, wow.
some baskets there, so we're going to be all over the place.
Well,
to be
that's
honest
good
with
because
you.
you're going to want some of this stuff for sure. Joseph, Petra, thank you so much.
Thank
It was
you.
such a pleasure to have you here today. I wish we
Appreciate
could
it.
talk
Thanks.
more about what we've got. It just means I'll have to bring you on again. That's all that means.
exactly. A word I never use in the show. Delightful.
Delightful.
Thank you. Delightful.
Sure appreciate
Thank
it.
you very much,
Well,
the two of you.
Like I always said, I always loved baking, and I'm sure glad I can finally give it out and let people taste it and see what they think about it.
Once again, making
awesome.
your passion your profession.
Yes,
We love
exactly.
that idea.
Indeed.
Very good. Well, thank you.
Thank
If you're
you.
going to check out Petra online, we've tossed up our website a couple times, and you can order some yummy goodies for the
Please
holidays.
do.
So happy holidays, the two of you.
Well, thank you.
It's kind of
Thank
early,
you.
I guess, to say it, but still, we're almost there. My Christmas
Not when you're
tree's up,
German,
so
it's not.
there we
Oh,
go.
you're
I am early. All right, we're going to go to a commercial break. When we get back, we're talking about Disney on Ice as well as Friends of Animals Utah. Don't go away.
Thank you.